Well, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a saddle hunting 101. Now, I'm not an expert by any means. I've only been using a saddle for 2 full seasons now. But as you see here, we have a special guest and we're going to be walking through just some of the basics of saddle hunting. I hope you can follow along. But first I want to introduce my special guest. This is John from County Whitetails. Now, this is the first time I ever got to meet John, but as a little bit of a backstory, a while back in one of my saddle hunting videos, he commented on that video saying he got a saddle. Do I have any pointers? Well, I gave him what I thought were the 3 most important pointers for any saddle hunting. That is practice, practice, practice. Well, I thought that was good enough advice. And then since that, John came out with some videos of him trying this saddle, and I knew it was time for an intervention. So we have John here at HuntingFarmer headquarters. We actually had him meet here in an undisclosed location. I blindfolded him and brought him in here, so he has no idea where he's at. All kidding aside, we're going to dive into this, get him in this saddle, and hopefully keep him safe and keep him alive, and have some fun while we're at it. Check out John's channel. It is County Whitetails. Of course, you're going to see some deer hunting on there, but of course, it's just some country life videos. You're going to see some big game western hunting on his channel. A little bit of anything. Tractors on there. Some Foss knots, I believe I saw on there. Lots of fun stuff, so check it out. There'll be a link down in the description. What do you think, John? You're gonna...
I know I'm not in Perry County. I know that. It's an undisclosed location. But I got this Hawk Helium Hammock saddle. And I really need some help, brother. We'll figure it out together. So you get this as a gift, is that right? Yeah, my brother-in-law bought it for me for my birthday. Now what's that saying? Is he trying to get rid of you? Or yeah, I don't know. Whenever the video came out about it, he was pretty downfalling about what I thought my thoughts were on the saddle. So maybe we can help him a little bit here today. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Follow along. We're going to get John in this saddle and we're going to do some experimenting, and that's really what you have to do with saddle hunting. You got to get comfortable with it. We're not going to go real high, but we're going to pick a tree here and get into the saddle. We got 2 different sizes, styles, whatever, ropes here. One with a large loop on the end and one with a small. So explain to me the difference there and why that is first, I guess. So we do have 2 different size ropes. The larger one is probably going to have a prusik knot on it, and that is going to be his tree tether. That one's going to go around the tree. That's going to allow that prusik knot to slide nice and easy around there. This is going to cinch on the tree, and then this is going to attach to a carabiner to his bridge. And that's going to give him the adjustment that he needs to shorten the length between his bridge and his tether. This one is actually going to attach to the side of his saddle, and it's going to be his lineman's rope. There'll be another tether attached to that you'll put around the tree, but you know that just because of this smaller rope, you're not going to be fitting this prusik knot through there very easily. You would really have to work for it. So this one is going to be his lineman's rope. This one's going to be his tree tether. So we do have John in the saddle, and we got him in some knee pads, which may or may not be necessary. Have his bridge here. We have a tree tether attached to the lineman's loop on his saddle. We're just going to simulate him getting up here on the platform. He's going to put his lineman's loop around the tree and connect it back in here. Then he's going to come up and attach to his tree tether. Way too much here. So as you can see, the first problem you would run into, or not necessarily a problem, but maybe a little bit of a downfall, is this prusik knot. It definitely is going to take 2 hands to operate those. So even as a lineman's belt, as you're making adjustments going up and down the tree, it's kind of tough. You see here how we're only at ground level, but he wants to hang on with this one hand, but he's going to need another hand there to make the adjustment. That's where ascenders can come into play. It's a little extra money, but it's something, if you're going to be doing this a lot, you're probably going to want to invest in. So when you come up to the tree, basically you want to have this pretty close.
Preset.
Pretty close to where.
But I do find myself,
as
like
you
I
go
said,
up,
I
though,
adjust on every single stick though, because right there you'd have a hard time hanging, if even with your steps.
Right.
So you're going to want,
so close.
Yeah. But you want to be close as you're climbing. You know, you don't want to be hanging way out. So I keep myself pretty close. But then when I go to hang another stick, then I let myself out to give myself a little bit more room.
Right. Which is in the dark, and
that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It is going to be tough with those. So next we will attach his bridge. We have this set kind of at eye level height or forehead height to start out. This Hawk kit does come with its own ascender, which should allow for pretty easy adjustment on his bridge. As he puts weight on there, I'm going to get him to slowly loosen up his belt here and lean back into the saddle. And a little bit of adjustment goes a long way here. You usually don't have to go many inches to make a big difference on the feel and the angle that you're standing on your platform. Once I put my weight into there, I then will take off my lineman's belt.
Just that little bit, man. It
Yeah,
really changed where it's pulling on.
And that's what, and you'll find literally less than an inch usually will make all the difference. Like, you usually won't be moving it very far, just a little at a time. So he's hanging in the saddle now, and like I'd said, a little adjustment makes all the difference on where the pressure points are going to be, or the comfort level, and ultimately that's what you're looking for. You want to be in the stand and you want to be comfortable. You don't want it pulling on the bottom of your legs or up on your waistband. So adjusting the height of your tether just a little bit at a time to find that, and then also adjusting the length here between your bridge and your tree. So really comes down to, like I said, practicing, getting in your saddle, and finding what's most comfortable for you. Obviously, every single person is going to be a little bit different. You're going to want to find what works best for you. So what are your first impressions? What do you think?
Well, after having it explained to me a little better, it's way more comfortable than I thought it was going to be, really. I thought, just looking at it, I thought that just looks like super. I thought it was going to be super uncomfortable in here because I thought there was going to be a lot more pressure on this. But getting into it, it's like there's no pressure on that whatsoever.
So we were just practicing some simulated shots here. Obviously we don't have our bows along, but on his left side as a right-handed shooter is his strong side. That's definitely where you want to try and set up, where you think the deer are going to come from. Anything on this side of the tree is what we call the weak side. It becomes a little bit more difficult. As you can see here, if he rotates his hips, he could bring his bow up over the bridge here, and this side wouldn't be too bad of a shot right back here in this direction. Now if we were going to shoot back towards the camera, that becomes a lot more difficult, almost impossible here on your weak side. You would almost have to spin around, do some acrobats here on the saddle and see if you can't pull that shot off. So setup can be important. Of course, you can't predict exactly where the deer are going to come, but you want to keep in mind anything on that side is a very easy shot out of the saddle. So what did you think? Hopefully we can keep you at least safe. You know the basics of saddle hunting now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to sell it quite yet.
You're not going to sell it. You can keep practicing with it.
Yeah.
Like I said, very basic tutorial there. A lot of things to keep in mind is just do little adjustments at a time. Get comfortable with it. Continue to use it. Saddles aren't perfect. They're a great tool and a great option, especially a lightweight option if you want to go hiking or get further away. Lots of pieces can feel overwhelming when you first start, just because you have so many belts, straps. It looks like quite the contraption, but really when you understand the basics of it, what each piece means, it becomes second nature. So I appreciate you coming out. It's good to get to meet you. I enjoy watching your videos. And again, everybody check out Perry County Whitetails. Depends where you're from. You might even say Purry County Whitetails. Check it out. I'll have a link down in the description. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you in the next video.